there's a law that governs creation, and you don't have to take my word for it, but I'm going to just share it with you, and then you can kind of just take a look in your own experience and see if it proves to be true. And that is that the inner creates the outer. Okay, so the inner creates the outer. And most of the time, many people have kind of reversed this. They think that the outer is where it's at, and the inner is really just a reaction or a response to that. And as a result, that leads to inefficiency, right? So if you were if you don't put things in the proper order and you're trying to work things in the incorrect order, then can you see how that might make things more difficult for you? If you were imagining that the way to organize your, say you had a cart and a horse, and you imagined that the way to do that was to put the cart before the horse, as they say, right? Then you could see how well that works. Maybe it would work, but it might not give you optimal results. So when you put things in the optimal order, then you could expect possibly you would get better results that way, more efficient results. So I'm proposing that understanding, or at least reflecting upon this idea that the inner is the cause of the outer, can be useful to you, because then you can save yourself a lot of time and energy that would otherwise be wasted on trying to get results where you're not likely to get them. So what do I mean by inner and outer? I'm glad you asked. Well, the inner, it would be your subjective experience. So it would be your thoughts, your feelings. It would be your senses. Okay, so it's your perception would be the inner. And then the outer would be the so-called objective. So that would be, all the stuff out there, all the people out there, all the organizations out there, all the objects out there, all the events out there, all that kind of stuff. And so if you're thinking that in order to achieve what you want, you should put your attention primarily on the outer, then you could just see what kind of results that gives you. Maybe you've done a lot of that in your life. Maybe you've tried to organize your life with an outer focus, so that you think, okay, in order to get what I want, I'm going to need to persuade people. I'm going to need to manipulate situations. I'm going to need to take all kinds of outer actions. And that's how I'm going to achieve what I want. So if you have organized your life in that way, which is how most of us have been taught to do it, then you can just see what kind of results that gives you. And for most people, what that gives is mixed results. So sometimes people are, for whatever reason, they things work out well enough for them, and they say, look, it's working. So they keep doing that. And if it keeps working well enough, then they have no real reason to do it any differently. And then what can happen is those people will tell others, they'll say, look, this is how I do it. It's working very well. Just do it like me, right? So come to, look how strong I am. You would like to be strong like me. Come to my gym. I will teach you how to be strong like me. You can do the things like I do, and you'll become strong just like me. The only problem is it doesn't usually give the same kind of results for consistently for others. And and that would apply. I'm just using the example of the gym and getting strong. This is like, with finances, so health, finances, relationship, all the kind of stuff that people want to achieve in their lives. If they focus on the outer stuff, then they get mixed results. So some people seem to get good results, some people get so-so results, and some people just can't get any good results at all, right? Try as they might. And I'm sure you might know people like that. Maybe you are like that in some ways in your own life, right? Maybe there are some areas of your life where you've tried and tried and tried, right? You tell yourself, well, I've read all the books, I've listened to all the podcasts, I've taken the workshops, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm not getting the results in this area of my life, whether that's the finances or the relationships or the health or whatever it might be. So you've tried the outer stuff. You've done, the 5 steps to get the results, and you're not eating the 3 foods that you're not supposed to eat, and you're doing all the things that you think you're supposed to do in order to get the results, and still you're not getting the results. And so then you might scratch your head and you say, well, what's going on here? Why am I not getting the results? Or you could be trying really, really hard and you get some results, but they're not really, it's like you're not getting the results that you think you should, given the amount of effort that you're putting in. So, have you ever had experiences like that? Does that resonate with anybody here? Have you ever had that kind of experience where you put in the effort and then you either don't get the results that you were expecting? Got one yes, so that's good. At least one person. I'm speaking it to at least one right person. I got 2 people. Okay, so some people here are the right people. Good. So so sometimes you put in the effort and you get some results. Sometimes you put in the effort and you don't seem to get any results really to speak of, except for maybe you just kind of exhaust yourself or frustrate yourself. Hopefully, or I don't know about hopefully, but sometimes maybe in some areas of your life you do get some results. If you didn't get any results, that'd be tough. But the problem with that is that if you get some results in some area of your life, then it can sometimes lead you to believe that you could just get all the results in all areas of your life if only you would just try hard enough with all the outer stuff. If you would just read the right books and go to the right workshops and just get up early enough and run for long enough and do enough pull-ups and eat enough spinach and hustle, then you're going to get the love and the money and the 6-pack abs and all the rest of it. And then it's just not really working out. So the good news is that the upside of not getting satisfactory results in at least some areas of your life is it might cause you to show up at a meeting like this, where then somebody proposes, hey, there is another way. Did you consider this option? Which is that the inner is actually what causes the outer. And this is really good news, actually. This is fantastic news, because what it means is that you have the power within you to be able to get the results that you want. And you don't have to rely on outer things in order to get those results. What you can do is you can focus on where you have that power within yourself. And that is something that you can do through the power of your awareness, so that you can start to become aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're believing, what you're holding in consciousness. Okay, because that's what produces your outer experience, is what you're holding in consciousness. So the truth is that everything that we experience on the outside is actually just a reflection of what we're holding in consciousness. So it is a reflection of your beliefs and your habits, your internal habits. So your habits of how you perceive. It's your habits of how you think. It's your habits of how you the kinds of the habits of feeling as well. So this is where you have the real leverage